We got Vada here from out in California, and he is a future school owner. He owns a barbershop, and he's going to tell you all a little bit about his life. And Vada, what made you want to get in the school program to graduate from being a barbershop owner to a school owner?
Working, I mean, just wanting to get to the next level, knowing that there was more than what is going on in the barbering world now. You know what I mean? I feel like I hit my plateau, and I just want to grow a brand and make things happen. You know what I mean? There's nothing like basically inventing a brand and watching it grow and taking it to the next level every time. You know what I mean? I hate being stagnant. I hate sitting still. I love moving forward. I love watching things grow, especially a brand itself. So that's my thing.
Now, how did you get into barbering?
I got into how to get into barbering. I hated school. To this day, I hate school. I don't believe in the school system. I knew it was, and I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur at a very young age, and I just didn't know what way to go about it. But so I knew barbering was a really good way to go about it. It was this guy. His name was Paul. Everybody used to call him P out of Vallejo, and he was like a father figure to me. And he knew everybody. He had the plug on everything. He was very in touch with the community, and I figured that was my key right there to kind of network with other people for me to become an entrepreneur.
So when did you get your shop?
We opened up in 2008 when the market crashed, believe it or not. And people always talking about this can't happen, that can't happen at a certain time. It's all bullshit. It can happen if you just put your mind to it.
So when you opened that shop, how was the process?
Man, it was easy, man. It was super easy. It's what you put in. I was cutting out of my mama's garage, and I already had a clientele base. I had a barbershop basically in my mama's garage at the age of 15, 14. And from there, you know what I mean? All I did was transfer my clientele from underground, from the black market to, you know what I mean, commercial property. And then from there, it evolved.
Now, did you tell people you was gonna open a shop?
Oh yeah.
And what did they say?
That was the plan. They thought I was crazy. Niggas in the hood was like, you tripping, you know what I mean? Especially in the environment that I'm in now. You know what I mean? I'm in Napa. I'm originally from San Francisco, and they were like, you tripping. You can't do that. It ain't nothing but white people out there, and it's Disneyland. It's nice out here. It's money. It's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of money, a lot of wealthy, successful people. So it's very easy. It's not hard at all.
Now, how much are haircuts out there?
It varies. I mean, it depends where you at. Downtown San Francisco, they $100 and up. And you go to the hoods, they're probably about what, $25 to $35.
Okay.
And you know, if you in a nice metropolitan area, you get away with a nice haircut for about $35.
Now, do they have any barber schools in your area where you get ready to open up?
Not in my area. Most of all, well, there is. There's a lot. There's a whole bunch, but there's also other areas that haven't been touched, which allows, you know what I mean, to create a monopoly. So once again, that whole concept of location is very big.
So is there a lot of people around there that want to go to barber school?
Oh my God, Bob! If you go on the state board of barber and cosmetology right now, enrollment for barber college is an all-time high, and I'm pretty sure that's in every other state as well. Just because of the concept of the craftsmanship is starting to become so popular that people want to get into it. It's easy to get into, but at the same time, if you want to be successful at it, you got to put in this work.
So, how did you feel? Because you've already trained a lot of other barbers just in your shop, just teaching people.
Right.
How was that?
Oh, it's easy. I mean, like I said, it's easy. It's communication. Either somebody gets it or they don't, period. You don't put in so much energy to somebody who really doesn't obtain the information. That's on them. But all you doing is just sharing your experience. That's all you're doing. It's very simple. You share your experience. You don't need no college degree. You don't need no fancy education, nothing like that. All it is experience. Experience will overlap any degree, any day.
Now, how did you come up with that unique name on Instagram, UrbanCuts?
UrbanCuts. So UrbanCuts 390. UrbanCuts 390 is UrbanCuts. I'm from San Francisco. I moved to the suburbs, and I wanted to bring the culture of urban, the city trends to the suburbs, which was being lacked of. The culture itself, as far as with fashion, education, culture, haircuts itself. So I seen there was a big market for haircuts being lacked of in the suburbs. So basically, I brought the name Urban, you know what I mean, to the suburbs and just named it UrbanCuts, just because those are the service and looks and styles that were provided.
When did you first start even thinking about a school? When did it even pop in your head?
Before I even opened up my barber college. So basically, what I'm going to do, and what's going to happen, and what is happening now is that we're opening up a barber college, baby. And I got my barber shops. I want to have several barber colleges and a whole bunch of barber shops. I'm gonna have barber shops. Watch out for me. UrbanCuts 390. I'm coming for you. UrbanCuts. We're gonna have barber colleges all over, up and down the West Coast. We're gonna have barber shops all up and down the West Coast. My barber colleges are basically going to be my assembly line for my barber shops. So that's just a little small of my formula in a nutshell.
It's very similar to what Paul Mitchell does.
Exactly.
Now, I want to ask you something. How did you out in California, right?
Right.
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. So how did you even connect with me?
Man, so what happened, I didn't mention this to you, but this was on, this probably won't get out there anyway, so let them hear it.
Yeah, well.
So there was a beef between A-Rod and CJ the Barber. And CJ was out there stunting, putting all his stuff on wax. And then he was having conversations with people, and I was watching, everything that was going on. I was paying attention to the beef. And then you came along and you was talking to CJ, and you was telling CJ what you've accomplished. And I could tell by the way you were delivering to him, he was threatened by that. So I seen him cut you off one time, and I was like, man, who is that dude? I mean, like, when a weak frame of mind is threatened, you know what I mean, in that kind of way, somebody behind the scenes like myself is interested in who that person was, like yourself. So I started doing some research on you, and that's how I kind of tapped in with you, is when that had happened.
Okay, yeah, because they got a lot of celebrity barbers out there, but the mind can always make more money than the hands. Yeah.
That's what I try to tell people. I got all these barbers talking about they want to be a celebrity barber. They want to be a celebrity barber. Like, think about it. There's nothing you're still providing the service, which is great. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be a celebrity barber. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get the money the celebrities getting by cutting the celebrities' hair. You know what I'm saying? I want that money the celebrities get. So what is he doing, or what are they doing, or what is she doing that she's investing that is getting that return? You know what I mean? I'm going to be in that position. I can't be in that position always all the time. You know what I mean?
Right. You're gonna have to do other things, whether it's owning barber schools, real estate, whatever. Because I've only met probably one other barber. I only met one other 7-figure barber. That's it.
Right.
That's verified. There are a lot of them that's gonna talk, that can show you the money, the houses, all that.
Right.
And that's DL Master Barber. Nobody else out there. There's probably no other barber out there that can show you a bank account with 7 figures in it.
Right.
Not one.
Right.
And I put my money where my mouth is. But so now you discovered me and you start researching. When did you discover about the school?
I mean, like I said, I've always wanted to open up a barber college before I was in barber college, or before I even opened up my own barber shop, just because of the concept alone. You know what I mean? Knowing that you're educating people, you putting people on, you giving them the understanding of the craft itself and how powerful it can be. Like I said, it's just what I want to do and how I feel like where my next step is for my brand.
So in your research, what did you see? A video of it, or you went on Instagram? I mean, what was it?
Well, like I said, it goes back to the beef what was going on between A-Rod and CJ. And So the way you express yourself explain a lot in the position that you are, that you're in now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, game recognized game. I picked that up. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? For me to go on and do more research on you, I knew you wasn't playing. I knew you was about it, you know, and I wanted to be on board.
So you watched some of the videos. Now, what was you thinking before you got in the program? What
was I thinking? Number one, when I knew I wanted to open up my barber. So before I even tapped in with you, I wanted to do something, and I know I needed more. I was going through this small little phase for about a month, 2 months, maybe even 3, and I was trying to figure out what I need to do. And I always put my barber college on the back burner, right? Because of knowing damn well not having that support system. But then knowing that if I did, then I'd be good. And then this when you came into play, you know what I mean? And me doing my research on you and seeing what you got to offer and what your support system has to offer, what your knowledge has to offer, what your credibility and your drive has to offer really matched mine. So that's what I wanted to be part of, and that's what I needed to help launch my brand off to the next level.
Now, when you got in the back office and saw everything in the program, what were you thinking?
This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? So as far as with the detail, just having that mentorship, having that friend, having that support system. You know what I mean? Because without a support system, you're zero. You have nothing. You know what I mean? And it goes on by just you putting in that effort and then making those connects and putting out to the universe on what type of people you really want around you to make things happen.
So what would you tell other barbers out there? I mean, you got any nuggets that you would share for them? Because there's a lot of barbers out there. They go through a cycle. They go to barber college. And usually when they're in barber college, they want to be the best barber in the world, the fastest. They want all these customers. Then they graduate from barber school. They probably don't have a lot of customers. They get in the shop. Then they probably gradually, if they're lucky or work hard enough, they get a bunch of customers. And then they're working themselves 10, 12 hours a day behind this chair, not having a lot of free time. And then they plateau out. And now they're ready to go to the next level, make more money, but don't want to spend a lot more time. So what would you tell us the cycles that you went through and how you were able to keep on getting out of those different levels?
Man, just wanting more out of life, number one. Number two, staying focused, man. Really knowing what your self-worth, what your vision is, where you see yourself within a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 100 years, where you see yourself, where you see your brand, where you see your family, where you see your character walking around this planet, or how you want to carry yourself and how much you really want to inspire people. So it's like either you put in the work, if you put in the work, or you don't put in the work, and those are the results that you get. There will be times where you get scared, fear will kick in. You know, a lot of people, you know, they go through those phases, but there's gonna be a time when you're tired of being scared, you tired of losing, you tired of not getting what you want out of life. Sometimes it's just like, fuck, when I'm getting my break. There is no break. It's the fucking work you put in. It's what you put in, period. That is it. There's no breaks, there's no good luck, there's none of that shit. It's what you put in, period. And you know, people, you got all these barbers putting in, you know, 12 hours a day, making $500, $600, $1,000 a day. Easy, cool, all right. Now, what are you willing to do with that money to reinvest yourself so you ain't got to put in those 15 or 16 hours a day, 7 days a week? You know what I'm saying? We can make 10 G's, we can make 20 G's, you know what I mean, a month, no problem. Okay, cool, that's proven. Okay, but look at the time that you put in. You know what I'm saying? So you put in that time, get that money, and then, you know, reinvest it into something else where you ain't got to put in so much time like that and make more money.
Okay, now, so, but you already, now you done told people you're going to open this school. So what are people saying about that?
Oh man, I got, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I got a lot of people right behind me just because of the effect that my brand has already had, you know, has already had it within the community. So I got a huge support system. First, you need stability. You need to show people that you're not playing. You out here, and wanting to really make it happen. But I got a big support system, a huge one. I'm extremely blessed.
Now, you'll have like a monopoly on this school because within like a 50 or 60-mile radius, it'd be just you?
Yep. So once again, location. Don't get caught up in the mix on what everybody else is doing. You get out of the mix and create your own mix. And from there, you know what I mean? Can't nobody tell you nothing. You created your own stopping ground, like Christopher Columbus. He conquered his own stuff. You know what I mean? You conquer your own land and you build on it. You know what I mean? And from there, you will have a lot more effect within yourself, your brand, the community, and what you're trying to accomplish.
What would you say to a barber that's working in a shop that wants to get their own shop?
Do it. Period. Quit being scared. Quit allowing fear to stop you from doing what you really want to do, and just do it. You was born with nothing. You're gonna die with nothing. So you might as well do something while you're here. Period. Just do it.
How do you feel about barbers reading books?
Oh man, knowledge is power, baby. I mean, knowledge is power only if you add to it. You know what I mean? You have to apply it. Put yourself up on game as much as possible. Reading is huge. You obtain information. My mom even told me there's no such thing as a dumb question. You ask any type of question that there is. You read any kind of book or obtain any type of information that you can any kind of way. If that's reading the book, asking questions, asking anybody something, researching it, Googling it, YouTube if you don't know how to read. You know what I'm saying? It's all the information that's out there. Obtain information. The more you know, the more powerful you are.
Okay. Did you look over the business plans?
Yeah, a little bit. Over yours, a little bit. I already got mine in my head. All I'm gonna do is add it to what you got going.
Now you already went and looked at the building and everything. You moved. You don't waste no time.
Nah, man, you gotta keep it moving, baby. I ain't got no real estate experience, none of that. I'm gonna keep it moving. It's scary. Your kneecaps is gonna shiver while you're doing it, but just do it. It's scary, but at the same time, it's a rush and it's fun.
Okay. Anything else you want to share with the barbers out there? Because this will be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. A lot of them gonna be looking at this. I'm gonna put it on Millionaire Barber's page. I'm gonna tag UrbanCuts 390.
Man, like I said, man, number one, be fearless. Don't stop doing what y'all doing. Move forward. You got a vision, you got a plan, go for it, kill it, execute it. Don't let anybody who, if you up here and the cats down here is talking about you, don't worry about them because you can't even see them because you way up here. You don't want to bring your energy back down here because you was already up there. Bring it up here, keep on bringing it all the way up till they can't see you no more.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Vada, for sharing your input and telling us about how you got started. You've come a long way from cutting hair in your mama's garage to now owning the shop, owning the school, doing all this. That's a great accomplishment. And I'm sure you probably gone through a lot. Some of the things you probably didn't share with us.
Anything
that you wanted to share? Because some people might say, well, he was born with a silver spoon. He came out of San Francisco with the Microsoft people and all that stuff.
I'll tell you, it ain't even like that. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? Pappy was never there. Mama was a junkie, in and out of foster homes, abandoned. You know what I'm saying? I go on and play a fucking violin for all y'all, but that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? I don't care what your environment is. I don't care where you come from or who raised you or who didn't raise you or who wasn't there. That ain't no excuse. When you get at a certain age or you get a certain point in your life, it doesn't matter. You have to take responsibility for your own actions and for your own self-conscience. You can't put it in nobody else's hands. It doesn't matter. Period. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say about you, good or bad. It doesn't matter what your upbringing was, good or bad. It doesn't matter who was there, mommy or daddy. It doesn't matter. It all falls on your own lap. Your destiny is in your own lap. And we only get one chance while we're here, so make the best of it.
Now, when did you develop that mindset after going through all what you just talked about with your parents, their issues, and
I think I kind of grew up on it. It was like I was at the age. I mean, shit. Ever since I was born, it was my destiny to survive. It was I raised my brother at the I tired my brother at a piss at the age of 4 or 5 years old. You know what I mean? I remember there was times where my mama was so high for heroin, I had to walk her from one side to the city to the other. We had to catch one train and 2 buses. I couldn't even read. I remember being at a younger age. I could read Mission Street, but I didn't know how to read it, but I knew what the letters looked like. You know what I mean? I remember the M. I remember it was, I remember the 2 S's in Mission Street right in the middle of the word. So that's how I remember landmarks, all of that. It was survival. You know what I mean? I had no choice but to do it. So either you at a younger age that either you're going to die or you're going to survive. Period.
Okay.
It sounds crazy, but that for me personally, that's what it was.
How's your brother now?
Oh, man, he killing it. My brother's real good. He's a civil engineer at AT&T Ballpark for the Giants, and he just opened up his own business, his own furniture store. And he got 3 kids, got a house, real nice house up in the suburbs, up in the Napa Valley, popping bottles with wine, eating good, no drama. Ain't nobody on crack, ain't nobody on the streets, ain't nobody doing nothing. I mean, everybody good, man. Everybody, and I say everything's perfect, but shit, man, this shit wasn't supposed to happen. Period. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This shit wasn't supposed to happen. You know what I mean? I was supposed to be in the back, either in jail, prison. You know what I mean? Probably serving somebody else's mama some heroin, or in an alleyway with a needle on my arm. This was not supposed to happen. Period. I'm gonna tell you that. That's the truth. But I mean, it wasn't in the plan. So this is the plan. You know what I mean? Open up this Barber College, and launch off this brand and just being creative, you know what I mean? Using your creativity to the strongest point that there is that you could bring and deliver to this earth.
Okay. Well, I guess I end on that. I'm going to put this on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, so y'all get ready. We got Vada, UrbanCuts
390. Y'all come and check us out, UrbanCuts 390. Y'all can hit us up on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Check us out, man. And we're going to be up and down the West Coast, man. Watch. You think I'm playing? Watch out for us. UrbanCuts 390, baby.
All right. Peace out.
All right, man. Peace.